Right then, hello and welcome back to Sovel, and I'll be playing as the Weight Lord again, with the vampire assisting us. Right then, so here's my vampire knight, and you know, I still haven't been able to test it out, because he died way too quickly last time. But does he actually take morale rolls after all the undead are dead, or how does that work? I guess I'll find out later. And yeah, I guess these long rifles are kind of dangerous, aren't they? Especially on the Dread Knights, because they don't get the saves, do they? No, they don't. If they get... Yeah, I guess it'll be better if I just do something this way. I could... Yeah, I'll hide. Yeah, hiding is a better choice, isn't it? Because if I hide, basically they can't shoot me. But if I'm just straight up over there, they'll shoot me, and then obviously I can't use my saving throws of Divine Favor to protect me. Yeah, there we go, nice. So that's what I mean. Just because they... Yeah, Ratkin alphas are blocking them from shooting me, and then obviously, oh no, oh no, come on, reroll, wow, oh wow, ooh, wow. Don't scare me like that. Why do you have to scare me? Like, seriously, this is unnecessary and highly unprofessional. Oh no, they're shooting these guys, aren't they? Yeah, they are. Okay, no, we could... Why did I think... I'm probably getting Divine Favor confused with a Stench, which is a trait of the Undead. Yeah, it's undead trait, and it basically means that, stench basically means that you, I can't reach them, so I might as well use vigor. But yeah, stench means that whenever you're in melee, the enemies reroll successful attacks. I don't know why I got it confused with stench. I don't know. Maybe it's I got it confused with Divine Favor as well. But no, I'm pretty sure Divine Favor still offers you rerolls against ranged units. What did I get it confused with? Divine Protection and Divine... I don't know. I must be just going crazy over time. It's fine, don't worry about me. But yeah, last episode I talked about a lot about fantasy stuff. But yeah, I'd just like to bring it back slightly. And I just wanted to bring it back specifically to... oh yeah, so I just wanted to quickly talk about this, because I've had a really cool idea for Sovel. So, as we all know, currently Sovel has a single type of... animation for all of their basically breath attacks. It's the exact same animation that you have for the dwarven flying machines and for the dragons and a bunch of other stuff. But I was just thinking if we can have a recolor of that animation, like just invert the colors and give the undead bone dragon a blue colored breath. If we could do that, because just invert the colours and just call it a day. And that could also work for the Dwarven Flying Machine, because technically the Dwarven Flying Machine is supposed to be basically like a steam attack on a Dwarf Flying Machine, and it's just not the case. So if we could I guess fix that would be really cool. That's of course we don't save any of those. I mean, who saves those rolls? Like, not us. We don't save these rolls. We let them go through because reasons. They're just beyond understanding. So let's hope we get some good rolls over here on the long rifles, and that is enough to get rid of one long rifle. I'm happy with that. I am happy. Probably gonna lose all the guys over here to just a really unlucky roll, but whatever. That's fine by me. I don't mind losing everyone. I'll lose the last undead on here just to test out if the guy actually does morale rolls or not. I really wasn't joking when I said that these guys were gonna lose every single model this turn because of ranged attacks. They've got Divine Protection coming in handy, really nice. Obviously, you go for the Flamers because they're a scarier unit. Like the 3d6s. You're just so ridiculous at the Flamers. It's such a good unit, and it also moves. It's the old flame cannon all over again. That's for sure. Very scary indeed. I'm gonna admit that right away. And yeah, I'm just gonna charge in on the side and hopefully get those guys to fire. I'm gonna have to ping pong over here. Good thing is that the vacuum slingers, as I constantly keep mentioning, our ranged unit and all ranged units for some reason just have a really big problem just charging into melee units. They just never do it, even when it's beneficial for them, and it's just really weird, I guess. But yeah, I was thinking about just giving quick recolors to stuff. Maybe we could have like an ice ball or something like that. Like just recolor the fireball and give ourselves like an ice ball, which freezes enemies, reducing their movement range if it hits them. Maybe something like that. you know, reduce the damage from like a D6 to like a D3. But if it hits, if any of the, you know, any of the attacks hit an enemy, it basically reduces the movement range of the enemy unit by like 2 or something. But I could also understand like a problem with that, because you could just you know, heavily abuse this type of system. And yeah, you basically you'd get a bunch of movement, and you know, you basically slow down the enemy, and you could just kite them indefinitely. But I feel like we already have the arcane web, so I don't feel this is going to be all too problematic, because I feel like arcane web does a much better job at causing enemies to stop chasing you and just you know, forcefully kite them. So I don't know. Well, it's an interesting idea, I think, for an ability, for a magical spell. You know, to code that in, I feel like it won't be too difficult. You just take a fireball, and then just reduce the damage roll, and then I guess can I actually, I can't actually chase after the guy. I'll charge the alphas. That's fine. Charge this guy over here, and then we'll see how this happens. Unfortunately, I feel like the skeleton warriors are in fact gonna die fully, because they got even worse saving rolls than the vampire knight, and the vampire knight already got pretty bad rolls in terms of saves. So, but it's not looking good for us. Oh wow! And luckily the enemies got slingers, so the slingers obviously don't get the best rolls. So we got lucky in that regard, but I'm still not happy about the bad rolls. We'll see what happens. Okay, the enemies actually reach out, that's fine by me. Let's hope that this is a side charge on the slingers. It's going to be really awkward if I can't get 2 side charges off. So, really nice, and hopefully route those guys off the field. Yeah, it's going to be awkward. The flamers are definitely going to absolutely toast me. Yeah, they are. Right, let's hope I can continue routing these, I guess, rifles off the field. Yeah, the flamers, they're a problem. They're a bit of a problem. So let's continue charging after these guys. Right then, yeah. We'll see. Let's hope I go first. Come on. Oh no. At least they get double ones. I'm not the only one cursed with snake eyes, that's for sure. I could transfer that curse at will to my AI opponent as well. So yeah, leave a comment down below what you think should be added into the game. I feel like there are a lot of really cool ideas that could be done. And, you know, just really interesting. Probably the biggest problem is the fact that how you balance this. I feel like balance is the biggest problem. Like for campaign, you know, like stuff like this, is balance doesn't really matter all that much. I mean, it obviously matters because the cannons got nerfed in a campaign, you know, and in multiplayer. But I feel like that was just a byproduct of multiplayer. I don't know. I feel like for the large majority of the game, like this sort of difficulty doesn't really matter all too much. So yeah, I don't know. It's in general, I feel like the difficulty of the current game mode is perfectly fine for solo. You know, the AI is perfectly difficult enough, but like I don't know how a spell that deals damage and also reduces movement might affect the multiplayer, because something like that would obviously be a lot scarier, wouldn't it? In a multiplayer where you can forcefully prevent an enemy opponent from reaching an objective. So I can imagine that being annoying, especially if you're playing like dwarves, and the dwarves already can't reach the objective in one turn. And obviously the undead have their own holy vigor, so they can in fact reach the objective turn 1. How that would work, and yeah, let's see what we get for upgrades over here. Increased skill on the weight lord, just to make sure he hits more of these attacks. And increased skill, yeah, why not, on these undead as well. And yeah, just take replenishment everywhere. I really do need this replenishment. Maybe I can afford the dragon. Who am I kidding? I probably won't be able to afford the dragon ever again, because I'm broke. Right then, let's see. So the enemies have like really large army, but luckily for me, they don't have all that much range. You know, obviously the Mongo skirmishers, they can be scary, but you know, if you're in melee, they don't touch you whatsoever. So you know, and obviously they're not like catapults or anything like that, so it's not too big of a problem. So what did I want to talk about? I guess I wanted to talk a bit about the Butcher's government. The reason I wanted to talk about them is, as always, because they're doing something silly. And basically they want to put a tax on education, so VAT on private education. But the problem with that is the fact that there is, in fact, a law that gives exemption on VAT to institutes of education. So there's that. But if they were to bypass that, they were to say that that previous law is no longer in effect, giving exemptions on any products relating to education. So, like, pretty sure private schools and institutes, they don't have to pay VAT on their supplies. Pretty sure that's how it works. I could be wrong. Don't take this from me. But anyway, if they bypass that, there was still the fact left that, the government is in fact, with the current policy, breaking their own laws relating to the Basic Human Rights Act. Basically, with the recent, they're wanting to increase, they want to put VAT on private education, specifically for primary and secondary schools, as well as anything else like, summer schools and stuff like that. But they're putting VAT only on those institutes, and they're only, in the way that they wrote in the rules, they're basically only putting VAT on those who attend education and they're under 19 years of age. Now, that goes against the Basic Human Rights Act, which means that you won't be discriminated against by basically your age or your appearance or anything like that, or gender. The government is just straight up discriminating against that, because obviously putting a restriction on the VAT to those under 19 years of age, apart from including universities in that due to the highly speculative nature of the writing that was that the law is basically being written in, apart from that, it's also obviously discriminatory, as I've said. It's just really, really interesting how the government is going to potentially be sued by themselves for discrimination. So keep your eyes open for the British government. And if that doesn't happen, then I'm pretty sure somebody can still take this to Europe and complain about it. Even though England has left the European Union, I'm pretty sure we have a lot of foreign students. So I don't know. Can this be taken to the European Union and for them to be like, hey, we're a student in the UK and we're being discriminated against by the British government by basically being taxed more. So who knows if that works or not. That definitely would be a valid argument in my opinion, because it's just definitely discrimination. But speaking about universities, it's the way that the law is written basically includes universities, and that's just really, really bad for me. I'm obviously not 18 anymore, but university. I did go to university when I was 18 years of age, and this VAT would basically be putting a tax on universities. So how would universities deal with this sort of stuff? Would they actually be exempt? Would they file for exemption because they're a university? Like, how would this work? It's just nobody has actually thought through the law. It's just ridiculous. It's a good thing they're attacking the skeleton spears, because that means I can just charge them in the side with the weight lord, which is very nice. And those Mongol skirmishers also came back over there. Wow, it's a bit unfortunate for me. But it's just really weird how the British government does their things. It's not a lot of people, as you could probably guess, like the British government's recent decisions, decision making. It's kind of a highly contentious topic, especially considering that Keir Starmer used to be an ex-prosecutor. So it's kind of his job to know the laws of the UK. So the fact that he's basically creating a law that straight up discriminates against those under the age of 19 is, for all intents and purposes, highly, highly hilarious. It's the guy who preaches about him bringing the UK back to a place of common sense is also the guy that's creating the most confusion within the law and legislature system. The legislature is going to have a fun time trying to figure this one out if it ever goes into effect. Not that they might go into effect, because there's people already planning to sue them because it did basically discriminatory. There's already a bunch of petitions and people are collecting money to file a lawsuit of discrimination. So and apart from not even being legal, there's also the fact that it's not even going to fix the problem that it's intending to fix. Now, obviously, what do you think is going to happen when a bunch of people have to go to public schools after their private institutes go bankrupt because of the new VAT? Either people are not going to afford the price rises from these private institutes, or the institutes themselves are not going to afford being competitive. Losing a bunch of people just to the price rises. So what that's going to cause is basically a lot of people leaving these institutes and going to public schools, whether they close down or whether they can't afford them. And obviously that's going to have a negative effect, because it's going to result in basically all that money that the government plans on collecting from these private institutes, it's all going to go down the drain, because you're going to have to reinvest it back into the public sector, because, you know, public sector schools are already pretty bad. I'm not going to lie, I used to have like a classroom of like 30 students. It was really difficult, and like for the teacher to get through all of us, because if you think about like a lesson having around, I'm not really gonna say an hour, because even though it says like an hour on your timetable, you get like 5 minutes before the hour finishes where you have to go to the next lesson, and all the lessons do this, so they're all technically 55 minutes. And if you can imagine all 30 students in a single classroom, how much time you can give them, it's literally like almost 2 minutes. Wow. You could give almost 2 minutes to all the students, and that's not including you having to teach the actual lesson as the teacher. So yeah, that's absolutely awful. And if you can imagine more students, like, I'm not gonna lie, but a lot of these schools are already strained severely. There's, you know, apart from having 30 kids in a classroom, and, you know, not even the teacher assistant or anything like that to help deal with the problems, there's obviously the fact that, you know, the schools are limited on resources. You know, they have to run the mandatory subjects, but if for like GCSEs, if they want to run something else other than just GCSE, the English language and maths, if they want to, you know, offer up stuff like art or anything like that, or computer science, they have to kind of do that almost out of pocket. You know, they get given funds for this, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they can immediately have enough money to splurge out on this type of stuff. Teachers for computer science don't grow on trees. You know, the actual computers don't grow on trees. The actual applications necessary for to take the tests and to have the basically the computers, they don't grow on trees either. You know, it's just stuff like that which is just really difficult for schools to do. And then also a lot of schools, in order to fund themselves, and due to encroachment of development for housing complexes, they've been selling off their backyards basically. So a lot of schools no longer have like a training field to really train their students in. You know, I can attest to that, because I used to go to like a secondary school in like a really populated area. I guess the Vampire Knights didn't have to take a morale check there. But yeah, I used to go to like a secondary school in a really populated area, and yeah, their field wasn't large whatsoever, you know. And then I obviously switched schools, and I went to one that was further out in the outskirts of the city, and you know, it was a lot nicer, because you actually used to have like a full football pitch, you know, on the grassy area. And then obviously if it rained too much, they had like a pitch that was actually like that soft rubber grass, which apparently is really bad for your health. So, you know, apparently it causes a lot of health breathing difficulties, because what happens is that basically a bunch of you know, plastic particulates are all over the field, because, you know, it's that fake grass with like rubber pellets on the bottom, and apparently that rubber mulch is the stuff that gives you the cancer whenever you run on it. So yeah, that's that would explain why it smelled absolutely awful, and yeah, why sitting on it was just an absolute nightmare. Not good, but yeah, stuff like that would become a lot more common if the budget for public schools doesn't increase, but they have to take on more students. So yeah, it's just not really good whatsoever. And the government doesn't seem to really care. I'm not gonna lie, they're living in their own world. They've been doing that for quite a while. It's just really annoying, because none of the problems actually get solved. They constantly keep pushing the problem elsewhere, and it's actually solved the problem. Who would have thought? And yeah, then it's basically everyday people that have to deal with their decisions. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do with these with the government and with these units either, because I should probably let the direwolves charge into me. Like I could probably charge these direwolves, but then these ones over there are a real problem. I'm just gonna move these guys slightly off to the side. Let the larger unit of skeleton warriors get charged by the direwolves. Cool. And then I'm still waiting on the other unit. Okay. Still waiting on them. Fine. I guess I can go and do something like this. That's not good. I mean, these weight guard are quite a strong unit, so we'll see how this goes, won't we? Hopefully the direwolves charge into the vampire knight. We'll see how that goes, won't we? So, cool. Then let's see what else have I got to talk about. So, yeah. I baked a cake. I baked a red velvet cake. And that was really nice. You know, it was really easy as well. It was like a pre-mixed cake mix, and I just had to add some milk into it and some eggs and stuff and some butter. And that was it, really. But it was quite nice, obviously. Yeah, can't really deny the fact that a red velvet is a good cake to eat, I guess. Do something like this. Slowly start moving the skeleton spears over. We'll see what the enemies do. I guess I could skip some turns with these other guys. So I can give myself more movement range over here. Because then I can move around the side of the white guard and then I can charge them in the side. That would be really nice, wouldn't it? Oh wow. Maybe if I can actually make it past here without actually hitting myself on either side of the unit. Wow, these hitboxes are absolutely massive. Oh, there we go. Just barely. Now, the reason why I'm doing this, even though they can't have out, is just to get some additional attacks off without the enemies, like, full-on attacking me from the front. And obviously, the Dread Knights somehow beat up my Weight Lord, which isn't great. That's really bad. It's up that my own Dread Knights are going to do better. So, yeah. Here's to hoping. Not necessarily to success. Because I know I'm going to succeed. I have full reliance in myself succeeding, because if I don't succeed, then it's going to be a really awkward series again, isn't it? Constantly redoing Act 2 because I constantly keep losing because of random variables. And yeah, just failing dice rolls. But yeah, I don't know. Should I after? No, I don't know. After Act 2, I'm thinking that I can just finish it off with Act 3. But I don't know. For a moment there, I was thinking about doing some variety content there on the side, and then obviously that variety content could in fact be, I don't know. I was just thinking of splitting it up slightly, so then it's not just me making one massive series. But I just decided to just finish this off, I guess. I feel like that's a better plan. So there we go. Dealt a bunch of damage to the White Guard, and they didn't really get an opportunity to deal a lot of damage back to us. It's very nice indeed. Yeah, skip charges there. No real reason for me to do anything else. Cool. Yeah, showing up. Just Shadow Bolt these guys. Try to deal some more damage to them. Yep, cool. That's very nice. That's very, very useful, doing Shadow Bolt damage. Obviously, there's the Dread Knights over there, and yeah, the Dread Knights are as always a very scary unit. I am in fact going to do something like this. Cool. The Dread Knights charge into my front, and then I can hopefully, move around and do some cool stuff. Or maybe, yeah, okay, the Weight Guard are partly overshadowing the Dread Knights. Okay, it's quite problematic for me because my whole plan hinged on the Dread Knights moving in there, and then maybe I could get the Skeleton Warriors to charge the side of the Dread Knights, while the Skeleton Spears held them at bay. That doesn't seem to be possible anymore, so that's a bit of a shame. So yeah, what else have I got to talk about? Yeah, I was able to eat some actual fish recently. Oh wow, this is really nice. Yeah, okay, that works out for me. So there we go. I guess I'm just gonna have to give the Skeleton Warriors some movement in order to get over here. But after they do get over here, I do have full hope that they might be able to charge the side of the Dread Knights. Obviously, the White Guard they're having to walk the long way around. Oh come on, that's so bad, so bad. Come on, I know I could get a bit of a charge off. No, I cannot. Wow, that's gonna take me 2 whole turns to get there. That's so bad. At least these guys over here are doing quite well, and yeah, obviously the White Guard are having to crumble. It's very nice as well. And there we go. Finally got rid of the direwolves over there. Maybe even get a side charge on the White Guard. And then obviously, I'm surprised that the Skeleton Spears are holding their own against the Dread Knights. This cheap unit is actually doing something worthwhile. It's kind of amazing, I'm not going to lie. So yeah, very disposable. But the good thing is that they act very good as a hammer. Oh well, not as a hammer, but an anvil for the hammer, which is the fast-moving cavalry units. Even though most of our cavalry units are in fact dead. It's a bit of a shame, isn't it? But here we are. Regarding the fish, I was able to get some fish fillets, which were really nice. There was salmon, and yeah, it was just really, really nice to get some salmon. And then the salmon, obviously, also, had a sweet and sour, flavouring on top. which was really nice. Enemies are finally wavering. Like, it only took them like forever, you know, to start wavering, but here we are. Better soon than never, I guess. We'll see how the dice rolls go. I'm surprised these skeleton warriors are just kind of failing like this. They're too wide to charge in there because they're being blocked by this impassable terrain. Let's hope that we get rid of more of the white guard. Yep, there we go. Cool enemies fighting this 10. Very nice. But yeah, I had some sweet and sour fish fillets, which were really nice. Obviously, I ate them very carefully because even though they're fish fillets, you never know if they might, you know, been processed incorrectly in the factory. So always eat them carefully in order to avoid getting fish bones. Yeah, eating fish bones is not very pleasant. I can attest to that. I once nearly choked on a fish bone while with my grandma. That was the thing that happened almost. So that's give myself a tax. So do some tennis. So I also ate this really interesting like food as well. It was like the fish fillet was instead of like bread, and it was like mixed in with some pepper and some other stuff as well. So it was really nice in general. So I'm gonna take more units over here. Let's go to this shop. So fish fillets are really nice in my opinion. Again, too poor. We're 8 gold off from being able to afford a dragon. Oh man, that's such a shame. No bone dragons for us. Rip. Yeah, I'm gonna take the skeleton warriors on a discount. Why not? Yeah, weapon enchant cruelty. +1 to hit rolls. Yeah, sure, why not? Just make the guy a lot more dangerous. Why not? And then the banner mist on these guys. Cool. Could have probably got it on you know, Dread Knights, couldn't I have? Well, a bit late for that now. And these guys are skeleton spears, skeleton warriors. There we go. That's what I want. They just increase their width. Cool. Then let's go to this elite fight. So after that pleasant message regarding food, I guess I can talk about the sanitizers, and I can talk about the bacteria that survive the 99.99% that die. You know, and then there's that 0.01% that survive. Yeah, I just want to talk about that because apparently that 0.01% is in fact the norovirus, which is a really bad, it gives you really bad stomach aches, and then another one is in fact Enterococcus faecium, which is something that lives in your guts, and yeah, it's apparently really bad because it can survive hand sanitizer, because it quite literally has a bunch of bile that it creates on itself, or slime, and it basically just uses that in order to you know, kind of avoid, if that's the correct word. I don't think it's necessarily avoid, but it uses it to basically protect itself from the hand sanitizer. Stuff like that. Really, really interesting in my opinion. So I guess I can move all the way over here and charge off on this guy. Cool. That's the plan anyway. But I don't know if I probably should have given myself movement when you shouldn't have. Yeah, I probably should have. Oh well, a bit late for that now, isn't it? I'm gonna move some to this, then this guy is forced to attack the spears. That's the plan anyway. That is the plan. See what the wizard does. She does have Radiant Shield and Vitality, so I don't think she... Yeah, she'll use it next turn, so that's something I have to worry for them, but not right now. Definitely not right now. It's none of my problems right now, so that's something I'm going to ignore. Alright then. Let's see. I'm going to move some to this and then get a side charge off on the Imperial Light Cavalry, give movement range to the skeleton warriors, and then move them in close to attack the Light Cavalry over there. We'll see what the cannons do. The cannons obviously targeting the skeleton warriors. I don't really mind that. Skeleton warriors are disposable, so they just kind of doing whatever it is the skeleton warriors do. Very nice. Maybe even get a side charge off on the Imperial Knights. That's really interesting. Actually, can I move past here? I probably should. Shouldn't I? There we go. It's very nice. Avoid this because it's just a bunch of unnecessary problems that I don't want to deal with. You know. Maybe the mage will give someone a Radiant Shield, or she'll give somebody Vitality or something like that. I don't really care at this point because, yeah. Oh no, she has Vitality on herself. That's not a magical spell. Okay. It would be an interesting magical spell, wouldn't it? Vitality, eh? I guess it would be. Just let the Imperial Knights charge into the skeleton spears because that's more beneficial to me that way. Because obviously the skeleton spears get a bonus from Vanks, and yeah. They don't get that bonus if they charge, so obviously let the enemy charge it to you, so then you get the full bonus of the skeleton spears. But then, we'll see what the commander does. Yeah, I dealt some damage to him. That's okay, I guess it's not the best. I'm really scared about these, you know, knights, so I'm gonna do something this and charge them with the side. But yeah, pretty sure that these Dread Knights should be able to deal with the Imperial Knights, but we'll see. I'll see, that's for sure. Obviously the cannon hasn't got anyone to shoot at because these Vampire Knight is way too far away with his retinue. These guys, they're routing off. That's very lucky for us because definitely wasn't expecting that. Let's hope to get some good rolls, and we do in fact get good rolls. That's very nice. Cool. And then we'll see what the enemies do. And then these guys, they don't do too well. No, they don't. That's fine. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. And I can hope that I get good rolls over here. Right then. So yeah. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, I saw some funny videos on the internet regarding like this new trend that's going, and it's like where you basically see the disaster happen before it happens. So like you see a person walking, and then it kind of just like flashes forward to the person having like a accident where they fall over, and then it basically just goes back to them walking, and it just does that. And sometimes it increases in frequency the closer the person is to it happening, and it's just kind of funny. It's just knowing that it's gonna happen, and you just watch it happen again is just, it becomes funnier the more times you see it, And it's a really weird type of joke, I guess. So I'm gonna charge into the back of these Imperial Knights. I hope that the enemy light cavalry continues routing, but we'll see, won't we? Yeah, I'm gonna take some shots. That's fine. I'm gonna save these. I'll partly try to save these because that's not enough. The enemy Knight Commander is a bit of a problem, that's for sure. Okay, he got a side charge off, and he used his special ability, Furious Charge. That's definitely problematic. Yeah. Ooh, wow. Okay, that's scary, isn't it? It is. So if I deal enough damage. Okay, at least these guys are still there. They're still alive. Let's see. Hopefully we can get some good rolls. Okay, yeah, we're really just getting good rolls over here. Because I'm not gonna lie, my hopes were not the highest. Come on, you can't die. Come on, you're the Dread Knights. What? Enemies re-rolling, but they, somehow this guy is still in there. I don't know how, but he's still there. Very surprising indeed. Definitely did get some good rolls. The enemy light cavalry is somehow back again. I mean, I say somehow, they just succeeded a bunch of their rolls. That was really lucky on their part. And we'll see. Now the Imperial Light Cavalry does in fact go into melee with you. So yeah, that's definitely one of the stronger units that the enemies can have. And really, what? That's so bad. Those rolls were so bad. Do I have to talk about those rolls? That was so bad. That was genuinely the worst thing I've ever seen. These guys, they have to get the wizard to fly away. Yep, they're cool. Like, come on, like this guy has to deal some damage to the enemy knights. Okay, I hope the wizard flies off the field because I don't want to deal with this for like the next 50 turns. And obviously my Weight Lord gets surrounded as well. Well, yeah, this is not looking good, is it? No, it's not. It's really not looking good. Skip this, and then I'll see what happens. And then yeah, skip everything else. And she comes back. What? What? Could I not get like some good luck? Could I not get some good luck in this game? Okay, and my Weight Lord also takes a bunch of damage as well over there. Like, why? Why? What's happening? Come on, you have to get some good rolls. Like, what? Of course the guy also dies. Why wouldn't he die? That's so bad. I really just have this unit of Dread Knights left that are really carrying everything. It's just my Weight Lord left, and he has 6 defense, but I know he's going to fail because he's an absolute doofus, and he can't do anything to save his life. So yeah, we'll see how this works, won't we? I don't have the highest of hopes. Yep, yep. And, yep, save that. And no. He does stay on the same amount of wounds, because I said he only takes 1 crumbling on a D3. I'm surprised that the enemy cav is still in as well. That was very lucky of them. Of course, my highly upgraded Vampire Lord is somehow failed this. Yeah, and the enemies are charging me from all sides, which is really bad because now they get an additional +1 because of combat. And yeah, it's just not good. And then they go their routing. Come on, these guys also wow, this is my dream come true. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually getting some rolls are worthwhile. It's kind of crazy that, you know, if your units get good rolls, you can actually win. I just hope that the Imperial Wizards continues routing, because this is just so ridiculous. Come on. I have no charges to declare. This is so sad. This is genuinely so sad. How many wounds do I have? Come on. Give myself some unholy vigor. Yeah, there we go. I can attack both of them at the same time if they fail me. Come on, you have to save this. You have to save this. Wow, there we go. Yeah, pretty sure he regenerates because of, you know, his eternal veins. So restore 1 wound at the end of turn. Yeah, cool. So yeah, very nice. That is genuinely nice. Well, being carried by this unit and by the Lord, I guess. And then the Imperial Wizard is back again. What is she doing? Just fly away. Stop annoying me. I'm going to have to continue charging off the light cavalry because they're the scary unit over here. Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. There's nothing else for me to do. Yeah, I'm just gonna done with that unit. Wow, this has been going on forever. Now, I know this is an elite fight, but like, come on. This is ridiculous even by my standards. Like, seriously. So yeah, I've also had a look at some other stuff. Now, there's a bunch of people on the internet that debunk stuff, and you know, I had a look at the perpetual motion machines, and yeah, it's really interesting how the people debunk them, because yeah, they quite literally show that they're powered by magnets or by you know, some other stuff where it just continues giving it energy, because yeah, there's no such thing as a perpetual motion machine. It just doesn't exist. You can't basically you can't put in the same exact amount of energy and get it all back. So that's really interesting. Really interesting to watch it, especially like the perpetual motion marble stuff. You know, if I were to get something like that, I'd get it as a bit of a novelty item, because it's just kind of cool to watch like a marble just continually go around and around and around. You know, especially some of the marble machines that quite literally like throw the marble into the air in a circle. That's really cool, because yeah, you're obviously always going to have energy loss somewhere, so you can never get the same amount of energy that you put in. So. And it's really interesting. It's really interesting in general. Just all the quote-unquote, like, I guess, novelty items are really interesting to watch. You know, at one point I was like thinking about getting like a little like a water fountain feature to stand on my desk. Because you know, I'd walk into a shop and there's like this like house, and it's, you know, it's like one of those mini decorative houses, and it has like a water feature, and it has like, well, at most a cup of water in it. And it just works off of like some batteries. I was thinking about getting that because because it's just like, why not? It's just something, I don't know. Just why not at that point? It's pretty much useless. But yeah, it's supposed to. I don't even know what it's supposed to go for. Like your back garden or something. I don't know. Anyway, it's a bit of a random tangent that I just went off on there over there. Yeah, there's obviously that, but you know, a marble thing where you just like throw one marble and it. The pendulum one, but you know, where it's like throw a marble and then it hits a bunch of marbles and the other marble on the other side flies off and then comes back. I forgot its name. I'll leave a comment down below if you know the name of that thing, because I absolutely forgot it. Gonna get myself some more wounds just to make sure this guy doesn't die. Yeah, do that. Additional movement speed and stronger minions. So everyone gets replenishment. So don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.